In other news, one Commonwealth executive is advising regional leaders to tap into new and emerging markets. The Caribbean is also being cautioned to tailor its products to match the growing and diversified global export market. Engaging in exports is definitely not a new phenomenon for the Caribbean. For years, regional economies have carved out a niche on the global stage, exporting their unique products, including sugar, bauxite, coffee, bananas, and other crops. Exports have played a critical role in strengthening regional economies by developing trading partnerships with mega countries like the United States, the UK, and Canada. But with an ever-evolving global space, emerging economies, and changing demographics, the region must now reposition itself and its products. One Caribbean leader believes traditional crops may have outgrown their capabilities. Advisor to the Commonwealth Secretariat on Trade Competitiveness, Yinka Bandele, says countries set to benefit the most from international trade are those with the requisite policies that create a business-friendly environment.
Because trade policy is a complicated process that demands balancing the competing and disparate interests of different sectors of the community, the process of reform can be challenging, particularly for the public and private sectors. In that regard, a two-pronged approach is necessary to address these challenges. Firstly, government must take a holistic view of its policies, laws and regulations needed to create a conducive environment for export development. These reforms must be actioned in a correct sequence to create a mutually reinforcing framework that improves competitiveness and supports a business-friendly environment.
Ms. Bandele was speaking recently at the launch of Phase 2 of Jamaica's National Export Strategy. Phase 2 of the plan runs from 2015 to 2019. The Commonwealth Secretariat is providing the Jamaican government with assistance in getting its exports reforms and policies concretized. Ms. Bandele says stakeholders must keep an eye on the new and booming markets. She says exporters must first understand what the global partners need. She adds that based on current economic trends, the indicators are pointing to a burst of promising financial activities in areas such as Southeast Asia and Africa.
The growing global middle class across the emerging markets of Brazil, China, India, Malaysia, Turkey, Nigeria, we could go on, provides new opportunities for Jamaica and indeed a more aggressive market response from the Caribbean region. Strategic actions under the implementation of the NES speaks to how the private sector can take advantage of these opportunities created through the country's various trade agreements.
So what is Jamaica's best bet of capitalizing in these markets? The Commonwealth Executive says Jamaica can take advantage of its nutraceuticals industry.
Under the NEST design process, we came to understand that there are over 150 of the 220 herbs and plants highly prized in the nutraceutical industry which are indigenous to Jamaica or which flourish in your soil. Merengue, cheney root, hemp, stinking toe, aloe vera, you could probably mention far more than I can bring.
Other initiatives Jamaica plans to tap into are the agro-processing, film and animation, information technology, and manufacturing sectors. The target is to grow the agribusiness sector by an average of 12% each year between 2015 to 2019, and the film industry by 15% over the same period. The private sector is expected to play a lead role in the government's vision, along with other key partners like JAMPRO and the Bureau of Standard BSJ.
What happens next is very much in the hands of government, the private sector, civil society, and every ordinary Jamaican citizen, the majority of whom must be convinced that the role they play is essential in transforming Jamaica's fortunes. Every Jamaican must have confidence in your national strategies for growth and sustainable development.